Hey, it's John Muskillet. You're listening to Dispatch Radio.
Well, folks, it's great to continue to pump up Winter Jam and talk about the amazing event. It kicks off actually tonight. If you're listening to us live here in Tampa, we'll be catching the show tomorrow on Saturday, but it starts tonight in Jacksonville, heads down here to us in Tampa before heading to Mobile. But there's 44 cities. I actually thought I counted more than that when I was looking at the list, but it's crazy. Over 40 cities. If you're catching us online, go to jamtour.com and check out the lineup in that city based near you. But Newsboys United headlining with Mandisa, Danny Goki, Rain Collective, Ledger Holland, and of course Newsong. And with us now is Russ Lee from Newsong. And Russ, it's so great to have you on the show again. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, buddy. It's good to talk to you again.
Well, welcome to at least a little warmer weather here in Florida, and I'm sure that's a little bit of a great way to kick off Winter Jam every year.
Well, you know, it's been our history in the past to start Winter Jam up in West Virginia and in the mountains, and it's always cold, and it feels like Winter Jam. We usually have to kind of glide across some ice in and out of the arena, so this is so much nicer. As a matter of fact, we just finished a big tour season for Christmas, and I took my wife to South Florida. My wife is from the Miami area, Miami, Hollywood, Miami Shores down there. So I flew her down to Hollywood last week, and her and I kind of drove up the coast leisurely, and that was my apology to her for being gone so long on Winter Jam. But listen, it worked because the beaches were beautiful, the weather was perfect. We did have a cold spell. It was like 74 one day. So
we apologize for that. We apologize for
that. You can't control the weather. You can't control the weather. Thankfully, I had a big thick jacket, so I was able to deal with the freeze. But man, the weather is so beautiful, and it's so nice for us to start Winter Jam down south. We just love the Florida leg of Winter Jam, and so it's fun to be here in the very beginning this year. And it's a great Winter Jam, by the way. Been working on sound checks and getting things going, and the arena is a hopping now. So it's going to be a great night. And it's in the round this year, which is new for Winter Jam, and I'm excited. We rehearsed yesterday on that stage in the middle of the arena, and it kind of just opens the stage up. It's almost like we're sitting a huge stage down in your living room because it's right in the middle of the floor. So it's a really cool year to come to Winter Jam. First time ever.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit more, though, because you've had little stages in the round, you've had little extension stages, things like that, people going out into the audience and visiting with folks, those kinds of things. But talk about doing a whole show on the round and kind of putting that together with the different artists and juggling, changing out equipment, that kind of thing. It just seems like a new dynamic. And what's it kind of been like behind the scenes?
Well, it's been a little more difficult, obviously, for the crew to figure all that out, but we just really wanted to do something. Actually, it was the crew's idea. It was our production manager, Jerry Holcomb. He's the one that said, last couple of tours I've been to, big shows I've been to where they've done it in the round, the concert in the round, it feels more intimate, it feels more open. And so the stage, rather than just shove it in one end of the arena, we just put it in the middle of the floor, and we've taken those, what we call vanity ramps. We call them, we hope they're humility ramps because we're trying to do Christian music and something good here. But those two ramps, we kind of put them on either side of the stage, and so the ramp kind of takes you out into the crowd on one side and out into the crowd on the other side. But then the main stage is in the middle. Of course, everything is exposed. There's nowhere to hide anything. So that the onus is the crews. They're the ones that have had to figure it out. They came down 3 days early and began the process of setting this up and putting everything in place and making sure it worked. They actually set the thing up, plugged it all in, and then they drew it on paper, planned it, built it, set it all up, then they tore it all down and packed it up just to get ready for the next show, just to get ready for you guys, actually. And then they pulled it all back out and set it back up because they're working on their timing. These guys are workhorses, so you can imagine that, we're bringing the troops, but these are the guys that are transporting everything and making it all work, and they are the ones that should actually be the stars of this show because they're killing it. But it looks amazing. I was in there last night watching Ledger do their sound check, and with the screens the way they're set up and the cameras the way they're set up and everything, there's no bad seat. You're not stuck anywhere in the arena because every seat is a great seat. So I love it for that reason,
jamtour.com, folks. Make sure you join us. Newsboys United, Mandisa, Danny Goki, Ren Collective. And we're talking with Russ Lee from Newsong about just an amazing night, amazing praise and worship, tons of great stuff, and it's always great to be with them. And Russ, I want to transition a little bit to your greatest hits album, which is out, Newsong Online. You can get more information about that, folks, if you don't already have a copy. Greatest hits, and it's kind of a cool thing to kind of have that line in the sand, reflect on the years and the accomplishments, amazing songs and that kind of thing. What was that kind of like for you putting that together?
Well, it was a lot of fun. One of our buddies that actually travels with Matt Powell, who's a producer, his name's Jason Hord. He's a good Georgia boy, like Newsong's a Georgia band. So we pulled Jason in and said, hey, we want to re-record some of these songs that were big moments for us because, you know, at the time, like the song Miracles, it was a #1 song on Christian radio for 6 weeks, and no song had ever done that up until that point. So, you know, we had some big moments with some of these songs, and so we just wanted to kind of go down memory lane. Some of those songs endure and stay with you, and some of them have a great moment, and they have a great impact, you know, and so for us it was a lot of fun. It was very nostalgic, but it was also, it was exciting to pull those songs back up and to perform them and to record them so that we could remember what it was about the song that made it special. All these songs have a little bit of sparkly dust on them. You know, you record a lot of songs over the years. I don't know, I've probably recorded 300 songs maybe, and you record a lot of songs over the years, but some of them just really stick out to you. And some of them kind of rise to the surface, as you know. And these are kind of a collection of those songs that kind of rise to the surface and keep coming back. And these are the songs that people write us about and request, you know. So we wanted to kind of put those songs out and celebrate our history, but also, you know, take a fresh spin on them, a fresh perspective. So we've maintained all of the things that made them great, the hooks and the musical hooks and all that kind of stuff. But we just kind of re-recorded those songs with the guys that are on the road. And it was a lot of fun. It was very, very, it was kind of like homecoming a little bit. It was nice to look back. You know, it's very encouraging.
It's great stuff, folks. You want to make sure you get your tickets to Winter Jam. You don't want to miss this great night. There's 44 cities. Jamtour.com. Russ and the company will be out there hosting just an amazing night with Newsong United, Mandisa, Danny Goki, Ren Collective, Ledger Holland, Dan Bremnes, Manning Drive, and so much more. Speakers, you know, just incredible partnerships and promotions. And if you want to get a copy of that greatest hits album, I guarantee it'll be at their table. So make sure you check that out, folks. Stay with us. We'll have more to come after the break. And I want to thank again Russ for joining us this great morning, and can't wait to see Winter Jam.
Thank you, my buddy. Look forward to seeing you guys.